The Milwaukee Admirals are on the road tonight for just the third time this season. They're taking on the Iowa Wild in Des Moines, Iowa. Milwaukee is 1-1 on the road this season. Its only win coming in Des Moines against the Wild on October the 20th. The Admirals were down 2-0 in that game, scored twice in the third, and then Adam Payerl scored in overtime to give Milwaukee a win. Iowa has never defeated Milwaukee in regulation time in Iowa at the Wells Fargo Arena. The Admirals are playing certainly better, but they are coming off a 3-2 loss to the Manitoba Moose on Thursday night in Milwaukee at the BMO Harris Bradley Center. But again, they are playing a little bit better. We spoke with Nashville Director of Player Development, Scott Nichol, about the team, especially the two young players, Kevin Fiala and Vladislav Kamenev.
So what else is new? The Admirals are a very young team. In your role as Director of Player Development in the organization, give me your idea, your thoughts on how the season has gone through a handful of games for the Admirals.
I think it's been good. We've got a lot of new faces, but we don't have as many rookies as we did last year, and we want the Admirals to be their team, the players their team. And there's second-year guys, there's third-year guys. I think maybe we only have maybe two real first-year guys, and so that's what you want. Those are good teams when you put the onus on the players that it's their team and they take pride in it, and the ball's in their court. And it's been a little bit of a bumpy road at the beginning, but they're all just figuring it out and where they go and the role they're in and how they got to play as a team.
When you bring in, and it's nothing new in the American Hockey League, when half the team comes in and they were in some other organization last year, or juniors or college or wherever it may be, it is going to take some time to iron out those wrinkles, isn't it?
Yeah, and you don't play a whole lot of games, you know. So it's really, those are the game situations is where you battle for each other, and that's why you do the off ice. Mikey Malloy came in and did the hard dry land on the beach there with the water jugs and the logs, and trying to emulate a little bit of a team atmosphere where you're pushing for each other and helping each other out, and really hard to get that in practice. And you're just going to have to get into a role. Like this week is perfect. You play every other night, and now we're rolling, and we're playing a lot better.
Cody Bass said something to me interesting the other night about, we always lament, we're not playing games, the Admirals are playing, it's been a lot of practice, and Cody Bass kind of reinforced, and coming from a player, it was kind of shocking a little bit. It's good to have all this video because it does matter. A foot different here and there, it does matter. So to see where it is on the video is so invaluable right now.
Right, it's your stick detail. Like, you're nitpicking, and even as a player, I'm like, oh yeah, 1 foot, but it does make a huge difference, and you're still teaching. Like every day you're teaching these kids, wherever they came from, Switzerland or Sweden or Russia to the Quebec League, the Western Hockey League, like everything's different. Now you just got to sometimes take a step back and slow the pace down and teach the kids and where to go and how to play the game, and repetition. And that's doesn't matter if you're in the American League or the NHL. It seems repetitive, but that's what makes you play faster. Exactly. And everyone's on the same page.
Exactly. You mentioned two countries, Switzerland and Russia, and I want to talk about the two young men we have from there. First, Kevin Fiala, and second, Vladislav Kamenev. What you've seen from them earlier this year?
Yeah, we've seen them a lot. I saw him last year. Well, Kamenev last year at the World Junior, same with Fiala, and it's taken him a little time. I knew this would be a little tougher year for Kevin because I think he thought he did all the right things in the summer. He gained a lot of weight, stayed in Nashville, but he's still a 19-year-old kid, so he has to learn how to play away from the puck, and he's getting that. His skill and stick and shot is NHL shot, but he has to learn how to play 200 feet game, or Coach Laviolette can't put him out there. Kamenev's probably the other opposite. He played for Mike Keenan in Russia, so he's a little bit too conservative. We want him to go a little bit, use his skill, use his playmaking ability. He has great stick detail. He's very defensively oriented for being a young man coming out of Russia. So they're two different kind of players, but they all morph into probably the same player. Hopefully that's what we see in our plan.
I tell you what, the last week I think you've seen both of them make great strides in the areas you talked about.
And Kevin last game was his best game of the year. I know he didn't score, but he skated, and that's what we got to get on him, is skating. When he's moving and skating and using his skill, he's very hard to contain, and he drew penalties last game because of it. But it's not about, they're young kids. They want to see the stats. They want to see the goals, but you have to be able to play the game before those will come, and that's just the hockey gods will bring that to you if you play the right way.
Exactly right. They're good stuff. That's Nashville Director of Player Development, Scott Nichol.
Face-off tonight from Des Moines at 7:05. Pre-game coverage starts at 6:30 on Sports Radio 105.7 FM The Fan. Of course, you can watch the game live on ahllive.com. For all the promotions and the schedule of games and more information about tickets, check out MilwaukeeAdmirals.com.